Hey there, Stranger Things fam! Welcome back to your favorite spot for breaking down the wildest theories in movies and TV. I'm Explainverse, and today, we're diving deep into the Upside Down with a Stranger Things Season 5 theory that's going to leave you shocked. Last year on Stranger Things Day, we got all 8 episode titles for the final season, and one of them has been haunting fans ever since. Season 5, Episode 2, The Vanishing of... Rumors are swirling that this episode is called The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler, and with the new teaser footage, behind-the-scenes shots, and paparazzi leaks, it's looking more likely than ever. Could little Holly Wheeler be Vecna's next target? Let's unpack this chilling theory and figure out what it means for Season 5. If you're ready to explore the darkest corners of Hawkins with me, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Let's rewind a bit. Back on Stranger Things Day 2024, Netflix dropped the episode titles for Season 5, and fans immediately zeroed in on Episode 2, The Vanishing of Blank. At first, the placeholder name had everyone guessing. Could it be Mike, Nancy, Karen, or even Ted Wheeler vanishing? But then, in April 2024, rumored episode titles leaked online pointing to The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. Holly, the youngest Wheeler sibling who's been more of a background character, until now. With the first teaser footage, behind-the-scenes shots, and paparazzi photos from the set of Season 5, all signs are pointing to Holly being at the center of this episode. And if you're a longtime Stranger Things fan, you know that a vanishing in Hawkins is never good news. So what's going on with Holly and why is Vecna targeting her? Let's dive into the clues and see where this theory takes us. To understand why Holly might be in danger, we need to go back to Season 1, Episode 3, Holly Jolly. One of the most iconic episodes of the entire series. In that episode, we see Joyce Byers using Christmas lights to communicate with Will after he's taken by the Demogorgon. It's a heart-wrenching moment, but there's another scene that's just as important, and it involves Holly Wheeler. Karen Wheeler brings a casserole to the Byers' house to support Joyce, and she brings little Holly along because, well, she's only about 3 years old and can't be left alone. While they're there, something eerie happens. Holly sees the Christmas lights flickering and lighting up, almost like they're calling to her. She follows them, drawn to Will's room, and then she stops at a plain wall, a wall where earlier in the episode, Joyce saw a Demogorgon trying to break through from the Upside Down. What's so creepy about this moment is that Holly doesn't see anything trying to come through the wall, she's just drawn to it, like she can sense something supernatural. It's a subtle scene, but it's packed with meaning, especially when you look at it through the lens of Season 5. Stranger Things loves its 80s horror references, and this scene is a direct homage to the 1982 classic Poltergeist. In Poltergeist, a little girl named Carol Ann is drawn to a TV set because she can sense supernatural forces, ghosts that eventually take her into another dimension. Sound familiar? The Wheeler family even mirrors the Freeling family from Poltergeist. Ted is like the laid-back dad Steven, though let's be real, Ted's never stepping up like Steven does. Karen mirrors the mom, Diane. Nancy is like the oldest daughter, Dana. Mike is like the son, Robbie. And Holly, she's Carol Ann, the youngest, most vulnerable one who gets targeted by the supernatural. This parallel isn't a coincidence, it's a clue that Holly has always been sensitive to the Upside Down, and now in Season 5, Vecna might be coming for her. Fast forward to the Season 5 teaser footage and behind-the-scenes leaks, and the signs are undeniable. Holly is in serious danger. In the teaser, we see a shot of Holly and Karen looking at something terrifying. Fans are 95% sure they're looking at Vecna himself, maybe even in his human form as Henry Creel. We've also seen behind-the-scenes shots of Holly at the Creel house with Vecna, but here's the twist. In those shots, Vecna looks like Henry, not the monstrous version we're used to. That's a huge hint that Vecna might be projecting himself into Holly's mind, trying to manipulate her before he takes her, hence the episode title, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. But why Holly? Why would Vecna target her specifically? Let's break it down. Vecna always preys on people who are emotionally vulnerable or isolated. Think of Max in Season 4. Dealing with her grief over Billy, or Chrissy, who was struggling with her own demons. Holly might seem like an odd target, she's just a kid, right? But, if we go back to that Holly Jolly scene, it's clear that Holly has a sensitivity to supernatural forces, just like Carol Ann in Poltergeist. She can sense the Upside Down in a way that others can't. And if you think about it, this sensitivity might make her mind easier for Vecna to penetrate. We know Vecna can get into people's heads, giving them nightmares and hallucinations. That's how he broke Max and the others in Season 4. If Holly has this natural connection to the supernatural, her mind might be an open door for Vecna to walk right through. There's another layer to this theory that makes it even creepier. In Poltergeist, Carol Ann's sensitivity makes her the perfect target for the ghosts to take her. In Stranger Things, we've seen this pattern before. Will was taken in Season 1, and he's always had a sensitivity to the upside down. That's why he can sense Vecna now. 11, with her powers, is uber sensitive, and Vecna was able to get into her mind too. So, if Holly has this same kind of sensitivity, it would explain why Vecna is targeting her. Maybe he sees her as a way to get to the rest of the group, using her to emotionally break Mike, Nancy, and Karen. Or maybe he's drawn to her because she reminds him of someone from his past, his little sister, Alice Creel. According to the Stranger Things wiki, Holly is around 7 years old in Season 5, and Alice was about 10 when Henry knew her. They're close in age, and they even look similar. Both small, innocent with that wide-eyed curiosity. Could Holly remind Vecna of Alice, stirring up some twisted nostalgia that makes him fixate on her? Let's go back to that Holly Jolly scene for a second, because there's a big question we need to answer. When Holly is drawn to the wall, who or what is calling to her? Is it Will, trying to communicate from the upside down, or is it something darker, like Vecna? In the episode, a Demogorgon tries to break through the wall shortly after Holly's moment, so it's likely the Demogorgon's presence that she's sensing. But here's where it gets interesting. We now know, thanks to Season 4, that Vecna controls the creatures of the Upside Down, including the Demogorgons. So even in Season 1, it's possible that Vecna was indirectly involved, using the Demogorgon to lure Holly, testing her sensitivity to the supernatural. The Duffer Brothers have said they didn't have Vecna fully planned in Season 1, but they've retroactively tied him to the Demogorgon, so it's an easy rewrite. Vecna was always pulling the strings even back then. Now, in Season 5, Vecna might be taking things a step further. The teaser footage shows Holly and Karen facing something. Possibly Vecna, possibly a Demogorgon. There have been rumors for over a year about Demogorgon attacks on set, and some leaks suggest Karen might be in danger too. What if Vecna is puppeteering the Demogorgons, using them to do his dirty work? Imagine Vecna as the ultimate master of puppets, controlling the creatures of the Upside Down to target the Wheeler family. He might use a Demogorgon to create chaos, attacking Karen, distracting the group, while he focuses on Holly, luring her into his trap. And those behind-the-scenes shots of Vecna looking like Henry Creel at the Creel house? That could be Vecna inside Holly's mind, projecting himself as Henry to make her trust him before he takes her. Maybe the vanishing of Holly Wheeler ends with her disappearance, setting up a desperate search for the rest of the season. It'd be a heartbreaking, terrifying twist, and the perfect way to kick off the final season's stakes. Here's why this theory has me so invested as a Stranger Things fan. Holly's story could bring back the innocence and emotional core of Season 1. Think about it. When the show started, the kids were so young, so full of wonder, even in the face of danger. Will's disappearance broke our hearts because he was just a kid, and the party's determination to save him was what made us fall in love with them. Now, in Season 5, the original kids, Will, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, are older, almost the age Nancy and Jonathan were in Season 1. They're not little kids anymore. They're high schoolers, stepping into the roles of the big siblings. But Holly? She's still that innocent, wide-eyed kid, around 7 or 8 years old, the same age the party was when this all began. Her involvement brings back that Season 1 feeling. The fear of losing someone so young, the stakes of protecting the most vulnerable. And it's not just Holly. Characters like Erica and her new friends are around the same age as the Season 2 kids, so we're getting a passing of the torch vibe. The older kids are stepping up as leaders, while this new generation reminds us of the early days. Holly being targeted by Vecna would hit hard for the Wheeler family. Mike, who's always been the heart of the group, would be devastated if his little sister was taken. Nancy, who's grown into a fierce protector, would stop at nothing to save her. And Karen, oh man, can you imagine Karen facing Vecna to protect her daughter? It'd be the kind of emotional gut punch Stranger Things does so well. Plus, we know Holly's actress has been recast with someone who's been in horror films, like the newest Evil Dead movie, so she's clearly got a big role to play. And with Jamie Campbell Bower as Vecna, those scenes at the Creel house with Vecna projecting as Henry are going to be chef's kiss. Jamie's going to deliver a monologue that'll have us all on the edge of our seats, I can feel it. So, Explainverse fam, what do you think? Is Holly Wheeler really going to vanish in Season 5, Episode 2? Do you think Vecna is targeting her because of her supernatural sensitivity, or is there something even darker going on? And what about that Poltergeist connection? Do you think it's foreshadowing Holly's fate? I want to hear all your theories in the comments. I love geeking out with you guys. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps the channel so much. And if you're new to Explainverse, welcome aboard. We're all about unraveling the mysteries of your favorite shows and movies, so hit that subscribe button and join the community. We've got tons more Stranger Things theories coming your way. What should we explore next? Let me know below and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, stay safe from Vecna, and keep an eye on those Christmas lights.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.